prior to driving information. It is vital for novice drivers to study the driver's handbook, which contains information on traffic regulations, signs, and recommended driving behaviors. Read it from beginning to end and then either create flashcards, take notes, or enroll in an online course to further your understanding of the material. Visualization techniques that include mentally acting out everyday occurrences are an excellent way to get your brain in the habit of preparing for the real world. When you get behind the wheel, it helps to minimize anxiety if you have already familiarized yourself with the fundamental controls of the car through self-directed study or instructional films. Before beginning classes, become familiar with aspects of the vehicle such as its controls by naming components such as the steering wheel, mirrors, pedals, lights, and signals, and gauges. Keeping a firm focus on your driving and determining how far you've come requires setting both short-term and long-term goals. The basics of being inside the vehicle. To improve your fundamental motor skills, spend some focused time practicing slow speed maneuvers in big empty lots with a co-pilot who has previous flying experience. To begin, ensure that the ignition is turned on properly and then shift into park or neutral. Become familiar with the mirror adjustment, the operations of the head and taillights, and the process of detecting blind areas. Place your hands on the wheel in the 9 and 3 positions and concentrate on perfecting your steering technique. Gaining confidence in managing the direction of the vehicle requires that you make wide bends, S-curves, and slalom patterns as smoothly as possible. On inclines, you should practice braking gradually, coming to a stop, and pulling ahead without rolling backwards. Learn how to accelerate and decelerate in a controlled manner while maintaining a comfortable pace. Controls have been integrated. The ability to smoothly coordinate various inputs is required to advance to driving on the street. Practice shifting smoothly through the gears while maintaining control of the vehicle's speed by using the gas and brake pedals in a variety of driving environments by using the hand-over-hand technique. For a ride that is enjoyable, the transitions should be so smooth that they are hardly noticeable. Driving instructors provide direction to students by combining steering with mirror checks, slowing down for traffic, maintaining following distances, and regulating speed. Before moving on to highways with more distractions, you should first complete a minimum of 10 practice hours in a variety of conditions with little interruptions. Guidelines for driving safely. Learn the complex regulations involved in the many traffic laws through techniques of study that involve interaction. Learn over 50 various types of traffic signs and the significance of each one. Be familiar with the guidelines for complicated four-way and multi-lane intersections, including the order of right-of-way precedence. Learn how to properly yield, maintain safe following distances, and comply with speed limits while taking into account the current road conditions. Taking care of the vehicle's operation. Put your knowledge to the test by navigating the surrounding roads and highways during the day and at night while being supervised by an experienced driver. Maintain the emphasis on optimal zone control steering, hazard identification through mirror awareness, and control executions that are smooth yet decisive. Maintain a consistent level of competence when parking in spaces of varying dimensions and orientations. Managing complex circumstances and situations. New drivers benefit from the instruction of instructors because it enables them to perceive potential dangers and respond effectively to them, whether those dangers come in the form of other drivers, wildlife, mechanical problems, or debris. Instilling confidence in one's ability to manage any situations can be done through the use of role-playing tactics and supervised practice in handling harsh weather, heavy traffic congestion, and recovery from skidding or hydroplaning. Acquiring expertise in essential abilities. To successfully complete moves such as parallel parking, three-point turns, and backing up without causing any curb bumps or requiring additional tries, a laser-focused dedication to peripheral awareness is required. Concentration and fine motor skills can be perfected in high-stakes circumstances by extensive practice under supervision. Even seasoned motorists might gain something from conducting regular risk assessments and making adjustments to their safest driving habits. Preparation for obtaining a license. Before taking their driver's license exam, new drivers are required to log a minimum of 50 hours of practice time, including 10 hours behind the wheel at night. Through participatory research, legislation should be strengthened. The evaluation drives include testing for trip management, visual searching, speed and lane control, signaling, parking, and emergency response procedures. In order to demonstrate that you are fully responsible behind the wheel, you must do well on both the written exam and the driving test. During the probationary term, maintain reasonable limits such as overnight curfews until the individual's exceptional autonomous judgment becomes more solidified via experience. confident behaviors that last a lifetime. With increased independence comes the temptation to break established safety procedures. Even after receiving your license, you should continue to practice the habits that you establish via thorough, guided instruction in order to withstand temptations such as distractions, peer pressure, speeding, and overconfidence. Driving instructors offer continual support for overcoming any obstacles that may arise. Self-evaluation and an openness to chances for supplementary education are necessary to ensure continued progress, which will benefit all drivers and passengers on the roads in the decades to come.